Student, today we are going to learn next point present on the page number 37. That is, on page number 37 you can see 2 points are given: conductors and insulator, and next point is experimental proof of Ohm's law. That is, how to prove Ohm's law. We have seen what is meant by Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. This law is called as Ohm's law. Now, how to prove that law? So one circuit diagram is given, but this point is not for your exam. This part is omitted or reduced from your exam. So it is not necessary to study. Actually, this experiment we have to done in the lab. So theoretically, we cannot understand this concept. When we change the resistance, what is the value of current, then how to find out the potential difference by using the formula. So this arrangement or this experiment should be done in the lab. So we have to perform this experiment in the lab, but actually this experiment is not for your exam. It is omitted. So first point is conductor and insulator. What is mean by conductor? You can see here those are substances which have very low resistance. Those are substances which have very low resistance are called as conductors. Through conductors, current easily pass. That is, the substances through which current easily pass are called as conductors. For example, metals. Through metals, any metal, copper, aluminum, you can take any metal. Through any metal, current can easily pass. So they are called as conductors. The conductors are those substances which have very low resistance. Resistance means to oppose. So metal does not opposes. They have very low resistance. They does not oppose the flow of current through them. So they are called as conductors. Now next definition is insulators. You can see here example of conductor is metals. What is mean by insulator? Those substances which have extremely high resistance and through which current does not flow. The substances which have very high resistance, that is, the substances which have very high resistance means they opposes the flow of current very large amount. That is, they does not allow to pass the current through them. These are called as insulators. For example, you can take rubber, wood, then glass, air. These are the examples of insulators. The substances through which current does not pass, they have or they possesses very high resistance. Resistance, the meaning of resistance is to oppose. That is, you can see here, they have very high resistance. So current does not flow through them. So they are called as insulator. For example, rubber, wood, glass. Now you can see question number 1. 2 questions are asked. After these 2 questions are asked. What are these questions? Question number 1. Why are some substances are conductor while others are insulator? That is, some substances act as a conductor and some substances act as an insulator. Why? What is the reason behind that? To pass the current through any substance, free electrons are necessary. We have seen the point, that is how current flows through the copper wire. We have also seen the diagram. Copper wire contains large amount of free electrons. These free electrons constitute the current when we apply the battery. That is, when you attach the battery to the copper wire, the free electrons present in the copper wire start to move in a particular direction. So it is called as a current. So for the passing of current, free electrons are necessary. So you can see in some substances there are large number of free electrons. So they can act as a conductor, while in some substances there are no free electrons and they can act as insulators. So you can see here answer. Those substances which contain free electrons are conductor, while substances which do not contain free electrons are insulators. Now what is the question second? why can our body conduct electricity? That is, why can our body conduct electricity? You can see that in rainy season, suppose there is a water and electric current. When you touch the button, you feel shocked. That is, your body conduct electricity or current pass through your body. Why? The reason behind is that our body also contain, you know that we have digestive system, respiratory system, all the system. So during digestion, you can see different types of ions are also present in our body. Sodium, then potassium. That is, these different types of ions are also present in our body. These ions are also necessary for our growth. So these ions, when current passes through our body, this is because of these ions present in our body. In our body system, these different ions are present. So you can see here, our body contains nearly free positive and negative charges. That is, in our body also positive and negative charges are present. So it conducts electricity. So our body conducts electricity. Always remember that in our body positive and negative ions are also present, charges are also present. So our body conducts electricity.